Artificial intelligence is changing the way we live our lives. It's making some things easier and faster. But when it comes to one of the biggest decisions you'll ever make, yes, I'm talking about buying or selling your home, you've got to think about, can technology really replace that experience, the creativity, and the personal connection? Welcome to House Talk on KAFM 88.1 Community Affairs. I'm Kate Porras, your host and a realtor at RE/MAX 4000. Each month I chat with local pros all about things home and real estate. Today we'll be talking with Erika Jones with Erika Jones Consulting. It's a digital marketing company. She's also our marketing person for RE/MAX 4000. We're going to talk about AI and how it's transforming real estate. And you've been doing this for 18 years now?
18 years. Yes, I've been in digital marketing. In fact, I was thinking on the way here, I remember I started in social media and digital media back when you didn't even have a Facebook business page. It was just friends, and that's how long I've been doing this.
And there have been a lot of changes over those years, and changes even in the last year or two. Yes. It just is going so fast.
Yes, changes sometimes weekly. I mean, it's crazy how fast it moves, but it is an excellent tool in every form of business. And I think if people embrace it and utilize it the right way, it's a great tool.
So I asked AI, my question was, is it a bad idea to only use AI in a real estate transaction?
Oh.
And AI's answer was, yes, it is generally a bad idea to use only AI in a real estate transaction. And there are a number of reasons why, although it is a great tool, that doesn't mean it's your only tool.
Yeah.
It's about a combination. So I have a list of different things that AI can't do.
Okay.
What are some of the things that you've seen that in your digital marketing that you like to use AI for?
I love using AI just to save time on repetitive tasks. It's excellent for that. It's really great for, those things that just are kind of like mundane and you do over and over and over again. AI is great in using it in that way. But when it comes to the emotional side of things or the empathetic side of things, that's just something that AI simply will never, ever replace. And so when I sit down and I talk to clients, or I sit down and I talk to, a homeowner, and we find out what makes this house special, AI is never going to be able to do that. They're never going to be able to hear the emotion in someone's voice when they say, I remember my daughter walking down these stairs for prom and what that felt like and what that was like. AI is never going to understand that and be able to put that into words for them.
And I don't think people realize, sometimes when they're going through the process, how much emotion is involved both on the buying side and the selling side. You were giving examples for sellers. I have sellers where they've been in their house for 30, 40 years, and the number of memories and things that have happened in that house that really make it an emotional process for them, and getting them through that to where you take out, my job is sometimes to take out some of the emotion and to be that unbiased third party that can say, yes, you have a beautiful house. You also need to consider this. And sometimes that truth is not what they want to hear, and it can be a little painful sometimes, but you have to give them that honest feedback if they're going to sell their house properly. So.
You do. And I think that is something that AI can be utilized for. Sometimes AI is brutally honest, again, because it has zero emotion. But then sometimes that brutal honesty, people will take that as fact. And it's not necessarily fact. It's just taking all factors into account when it comes to pricing, marketing your home, things like that. And so, you have to look at both sides.
So on some of the things that a real estate agent can do that AI can't, negotiating and repairs and concessions, things like that, all of those other things that come into a transaction besides just the price.
Yes, exactly. It's not just the price. And I think so many people get hung up on that, and they think, well, I asked, whatever AI platform you want to use, how much my house should be priced. And they went out and found all this information, and this is what they told me. I mean, that only goes so far. You have to be able to negotiate. I mean, I have yet to see AI put a sign in the yard. I mean, I haven't seen that happen.
We'll have robots pretty soon.
I mean, I don't know. I have yet to see AI do that. I have yet to see AI come over and get a house ready for a showing.
Yes.
I have seen, I've heard stories of realtors having to remove goats from properties. I've yet to see AI make that happen. So there's just so many things that, AI just will never, ever be able to do.
I had one this week where surprisingly the tenants had moved out. There was forgot to put the electricity and gas into the owner's name.
Oh.
And there's no power at the house.
Oh.
So there's all those other things that come into play where, these other duties as assigned.
Yeah. Where's AI when that happens?
Right.
When that happens, that's what I want to know. But then there are things on the flip side when it comes to, hey, can you ask AI what is a list of concessions that a seller possibly would consider? Mm-hmm. Getting those general basic ideas or even trying to understand some of that, that's a great use for AI. But of course, you always want to reference and work with your realtor and trust their advice because you guys have been doing this for so much longer and AI hasn't really been around that
One
long.
of the things I see as a realtor is talking about market statistics and what's happening. And I noticed I could source 3 different things and get 3 different answers for what is the local market doing.
Yep.
Because it depends on where they're pulling that information from. So for example, when I give my statistics at the beginning of the show every month, I pull it from the same place.
Got it.
Because then I know it's consistent and I'm comparing numbers consistently month over month. And I know who's providing those numbers, where they're coming from, and what they're using to compile that data.
Yeah.
But sometimes I'll get AI generated, as realtors, all these companies are constantly trying to feed us information to use. And of course they want us to source them and whatnot. But I can get, in a single day, I can get, this is what's happening in your market, and it's different. Not always a ton different, but it is different. And so sometimes that can be a challenge when trying to use AI for market data.
Absolutely. Another place I have seen it be a challenge for both agents as well as the general public is when you're looking at things like the Big Z, that site. It loves to overinflate their Zestimate, which is just theirs. And it's based strictly on an algorithm that nobody really understands. And now that algorithm is being driven by AI, but yet buyers or sellers see this quote unquote Zestimate and they think this is what my house is worth, or this is all I'm going to offer, or whatever. And you've been in the business a long time. I've been in the business a long time. I have yet to see an appraisal or a loan be given based on a Zestimate.
Right.
So those are things that, again, I guess it's great that they have those. Again, that's just a marketing tool for the Big Z. But essentially, you always want to go back to a human and say, what is your experience, your human experience with this?
So a lot of times, I'll have that client say, this is what my house is worth before I even have seen the house. I said, I tell you what, let me come look at it. Let me just put some human eyes on it.
Yeah.
Because and I've seen it go both ways. Your house is undervalued on those platforms or it's overvalued.
Yes.
Neither is good. Sometimes it's fairly accurate.
Yeah.
Sometimes. But I don't think, a computer can't take into account what you got going on in your own living room inside your house because it's not seen that. And it could be a good thing or a bad thing.
It could both.
Or what's going on in your backyard or comparing it to all of these other factors that can affect the value of your home, better or worse.
Yes, exactly.
And that human eyes are the only way that you're going to get that.
Exactly. I've never seen a Zillow rep come out and tour someone's home and give them that Zestimate. It's just all an algorithm. So anyways.
There are some great, though, marketing tools that AI can do. And I know you work a lot with some of those.
Absolutely. Yes. There are some great marketing tools. One of the ones that I have a love-hate relationship with is I love the ability to kind of transform some photos because, just in the last 2 weeks, right, with the smoke that we've had around here, it has really affected some of the real estate photographers and their ability to take amazing pictures of our beautiful Grand Valley. We've got amazing views. Everything looks amazing 90% of the time. These last 2 weeks, not so much. This is where AI has been very helpful because it's been able to take that smoke out of the sky and give someone a true view of what they're going to be able to see when they purchase this home.
Yeah, if you're sitting on the backyard looking out, this is what it looks like.
Exactly. However, I have seen some that are not a true representation and it is misleading. And so again, like any other tool, I think it's a great use. It saves realtors time. Because a lot of houses wouldn't have gone on the market in the last 2 weeks if we had to wait and send a photographer back out and have them retake those photos. But I do think that there needs to be a disclaimer on there. This has been virtually staged, digitally altered, something like that. And I think that that's really important. And it's important for buyers to note that and say, okay, this has been digitally altered. How? I need to go out and look at this property with my own eyes.
I have that same love-hate relationship with it. I've had long conversations with some of my sellers too. They're like, we want to do this or that with it. And I'm like, okay, yes, we just have to make sure that we're still representing the home for what it truly is. I had some buyers one time and they had this house. They were coming in from out of town. They were really excited to see it. They loved the backyard because it was beautiful, lush and green lawn. It was lovely. We get to the house. The backyard is dirt, just dirt. And
oh no,
the AI images were so well done, you never would have known until you looked at it with your own eyes, and they were very disappointed.
Yeah.
Not that they couldn't make it that way, but again, you have to be careful about how you're representing it.
Absolutely.
And sometimes that can bite you.
But it can absolutely bite you, but then it can also save you, like it has saved a lot of realtors in the past 2 weeks, being able to digitally alter that sky and give and it really is a true representation of the valley we live in. It's gorgeous here. So
you're listening to House Talk on KAFM Grand Junction. In the studio today, Erika Jones with Erika Jones Consulting, and we're talking about AI in real estate, the good, the bad, the ugly, all of it.
All of it.
I think a lot of agents, and I think it's across many different industries, are concerned that it's going to replace them. Yeah. Do you see that happening?
I do not. I don't see it replacing realtors. I see the realtors who do not embrace this and utilize it in a healthy, legal way. I think that's a whole other thing, legal way. The agents who do not utilize it properly, I think that they will probably fall by the wayside because it is moving really fast. But it's never going to replace humans. Again, it's never going to replace walking through a house. Yeah. It's never going to replace removing goats from a property. It's never going to replace those things. You absolutely need a human to do that.
I do like some of the other options that it gives you for doing research that you can do directly as a buyer or a seller. For example, for buyers researching things like schools and whatnot. I think there's a great opportunity to use AI for those types of things.
Absolutely. Yeah. I think when it comes to research and gathering your information, I do believe that an educated consumer is a smart consumer, is a good consumer. But I do think that as long as you're getting educated in the right way, and again, asking AI, where are they pulling those sources from? Yeah. So how are they determining what is the best school in the Grand Valley? Are you prompting it correctly? Are you asking the right questions? And I just think that will come as the public becomes more used to it and embraces it and is able to, produce better results with asking it questions. I think a lot of people hear AI and they think Terminator, Skynet. It's happening.
I've had that thought. I'm going to be honest.
I mean, who hasn't? I always say please and thank you. Because you never know.
Yeah.
I'm not having a robot show up at my door. However, I don't think that that's what's going to happen. I don't think we're going to have Skynet necessarily take over the real estate industry. We still need humans. We still need people to interact. And I also, thinking about the legal side of it, I don't know if that was something you've ever thought about, but there's zero legal repercussions to your AI chatbot that you're communicating with. However, as a buyer or a seller, there are a ton of legal repercussions that you will face being unrepresented by someone. And that is something people don't think about.
Keep our clients out of trouble.
Exactly. So
we could talk about this for a long time.
Yes.
There's so much to discuss. We're going to be running out of time, but I think if people have questions and they want to ask you more, how can they get a hold of you?
The easiest way to get a hold of me is to find me on social media. You can look me up, just Erika Jones with Erika Jones Consulting. It's super easy, and I'm always willing to help anybody out, answer any questions they have.
Yeah, because there's going to be more questions to come as we go through this.
Probably.
Erika, thanks for joining us. You've been great. This segment airs every second Wednesday of each month. You can also listen to podcasts on demand at KAFMCommunityRadio.org. And make sure to join us next month for another edition of House Talk. If you have any questions for me, I'd love to answer those for you. 970-985-8555 or visit kateporras.com. Have a great day.